I've helped collectors buy and sell millions in rare collectibles. The sale prices in this video are all backed by real data from top auction houses like Heritage. I know it makes coins and currency valuable, and today I'll break it down for you. That $20 bill in your pocket could be worth a lot more money than just 20 bucks, just like the examples we're going to go over in this video. Let's go ahead and hop right into it with this first 1969 $20 bill. This one has what we call a pretty low serial number. You can see that the serial number has a bunch of zeros and then a 30 at the end. Collectors will pay a lot of money for rare serial numbers like this one because this $20 bill sold for $432. We're only going up in value here, guys. 1,140 bucks for this big-faced $20 bill from 2017. Now this one has what we call a solid number 5 serial number. So if you have a bill with a bunch of solid numbers on it like this, you could be in for a nice treat because this one sold for 1,140 bucks. $1,680 for this 2004 $20 bill. Now this one doesn't look too crazy, like nothing really out of the normal is going on. It is a star note, so at the end of the serial number you see a small little star. Star notes are made by the US Bureau of Engraving and Printing during each production run. Now these star notes are made to replace any banknotes that have any errors on them. So if there's a banknote that is torn up and beat up, or if there's some sort of mechanical error that happened during the printing process, they have these star notes to replace them. The big thing as to why this note sold for so much money is going to be the grade. So when it comes to grading your bills, 70 is the highest achievable grade you can get. This one got that grade. How do you get a 70 grade? Well, this is what you need. First of all, you need to have no folds on your bill whatsoever. That means no horizontal, no vertical folds, nothing, not even a corner fold that hits the design. A single fold will dramatically decrease the value of your bill. Next, you need to have the centering dialed in. So look at the margins, which is that blank space around the bill. That needs to be really nicely centered. The nicer centering your bill has, the higher grade it can achieve, as long as there are no folds whatsoever on your bill. All these things combined allow this note to sell for $1,680, $3,840. That's a lot of money for this bill. So this is a 1928 $20 bill. So if you didn't know already, 1928 was actually the first year the US made paper money that was the size we're used to seeing today. Before 1928, all paper money was produced on a larger piece of paper. So those were called large size bills, and today the US makes small size paper money. So this is the first year they produced these small size bills. Now, what's rare about this 1928 bill is that they call this a numeral type bill. If you haven't noticed already, there's a large black 1 on the left hand side of the bill, right above the left serial number. Now most of the time when you see these old bills, you're not going to have these numeral types. You'll have a normal bill with a letter there. So typically that 1 should be an A, but in this case it's a number 1. Just understand that that number should always correlate with the first digit in the serial number. You can see here the first digit's an A, so the number should be a 1. That can go all the way to 12. So if the district number was a 12, then the start of the serial number should be an L. If it was a 2, then it should be B. If it was a 3, it should be a C, etc., all the way to number 12. Now you also have 4 district numbers around the bill in black. You can see they look like little vertical dashes. Those are number 1s. Those all should match as well. So if you ever come across a situation where the number does not match the letter, you could have something very, very rare. Luckily, in this case, everything matches. You got a 1 and you got an A at the start of the serial number. So the reason why this bill sold for $3,840 is because it's a highly graded 1928 numeral type $20 bill that got graded by PMG at a 65 EPQ, and that's why it sold for $3,840. All right, pump the brakes, guys. Look at this. This is a genuine 1928 gold certificate. So that's why the seal and serial numbers are gold. This bill, back in the day, you could literally bring it to your local bank and exchange it for gold. That's right, guys. Back in the day, you could bring your paper money to the bank and get either gold or silver based upon what type of bill you have. There are silver certificates as well as these gold certificates. Not only is this a $20 gold certificate bill, it's also a star note. So it's a replacement note. Replacement notes, as we talked about, were just produced to replace any errors during a print run. The reason why this bill sold for $6,900 is because 1, it graded very highly at a 63, which means no folds, and 2, it's a star note, which is really rare for this bill. If you ever come across a bill like this, you're going to need to contact a rare paper money expert to make sure you maximize the value of your bill. Once again, $6,900, $12,000. So once again, this is a oddity of a bill. This doesn't look normal, right? Well, that's because the brown seal and serial numbers signify that this specific bill is a Hawaii emergency issue banknote. So back in the day, when Hawaii was being invaded by Japan, the United States deployed this money to Hawaii to make sure that the US dollar was safe and it wasn't going to get devalued in any way, shape, or form. Now, this banknote sold for $12,000. It's a 1934 Hawaii $20 bill graded by PMG at a 55. Now, that means there's going to be at least 1 or 2 folds on this bill, so the quality could be better. However, it's a star note again, which is really rare on these banknotes, and that is the main reason why it sold for $12,000. Whew, guys, $21,600 for this 1928 $20 bill. Once again, it's a numeral type, which means you have a large number on the left-hand side there instead of a letter. Highly, highly desirable, especially if you have a serial number 1 like this one. Super rare. Everyone wants a serial number 1, especially if it's a numeral type bill. So please, guys, keep your eyes peeled for these really rare banknotes because this one sold for $21,600. If you enjoyed this video, then hit the subscribe button and we'll see you in the next one.